Chapter 12. The boys are back. Operations booth. Foley was thinking. Always thinking. His mind popped off ideas like corn in a microwave. But he couldn't do anything with them. He couldn't even call up Julius and pester him with his harebrained schemes. Val's laptop seemed to be the Centaur's only weapon. It was like trying to fight a troll with a toothpick. Not that the human computer was without some merit, in an ancient history kind of way. The email had already proved useful, provided there was anybody alive to answer it. There was also a small camera mounted on the lid, for video conferencing, something the Mudmen had only come up with recently. Until then, humans had communicated purely through text or sound waves. Fully tutted. Barbarians. But this camera was pretty high quality, with several filter options. The Centaur didn't know better, he'd swear someone had been leaking fairy technology. Foley swiveled the laptop with his hoof, pointing the camera toward the screens. Come on, Gudgeon, he thought. Smile for the birdie. He didn't have long to wait. Within minutes, a comm screen flicked to life, and Gudgeon appeared, waving a white flag. Nice touch, commented Foley sarcastically. I thought so, smiled the elf, waving the pen at it theatrically. I'm going to need this later. Gudgeon pressed the button on the remote control. Why don't I show you what's going on outside? The wind is clear to reveal several squads of technicians feverishly trying to break the booth's defenses. Most were aiming computer systems at the booth's various interfaces, but some were doing it the old-fashioned way, whacking the sensors with big hammers. None were having any luck. Foley swallowed. He was a rat in a trap. Why don't you fill me in on your plan, Briar? Isn't that what the power grid feeling usually does? Gudgeon sat back in the sofa chair. Certainly, Foley, because this isn't one of your precious human movies. There will be no hero rushing in at the last moment. Short and Root are already dead, as are their human partners. No reprieve, no rescue, just certain death. Foley knew he should be feeling sadness, but hatred was all he could find. Just when things are at their most desperate, I shall instruct Opal to return weapons to the LP. The Walker will be rendered unconscious, and you'll be blamed for the entire affair, providing you survive, which I doubt. When the broadcasts are covered, they will name you. Gudgeon waved a finger. Only half will know I am involved, and I shall take care of them personally. They have already been summoned to the Cowboy Labs. I shall join them shortly. The DNA cannons are being calibrated to reject combat restraints. When the time comes, I shall activate them, and the entire squad will be out for the count. And then Overcore becomes your empress, I suppose. Of course, said Gudgeon aloud. But then you manipulated the remote keyboard, making certain they run a secure channel. Empress, he breathed. Really, Foley? Do you think I'd go to all the trouble to share power? Oh no, as soon as the ceremony is over, Miss Copa will have a tragic accident. Perhaps several tragic accidents. Foley bristled. At the risk of sounding cliched, Briar, you'll never get away with this. Gudgeon's finger hovered over the terminate button. Well, if I don't, he said pleasantly, you won't be allowed to gloat this time. And then he was gone, leaving the Centaur out of the booth. Or so Gudgeon thought. Foley reached below the desk to the laptop. And cut, he murmured, pausing the camera. Take 5, people, that's a wrap. Shoot E116. Holly clamped the shutter on the wall of a disused shuttle. We've got about 30 minutes. Intuitive sensor says there's a flood coming up here in half an hour, and no shuttle is built to withstand that kind of heat. They gathered in the pressurized lounge to put together a plan. All eyes naturally turned on Artemis. As I said, we need to break into Cowboy Labs and regain control of the LAP weaponry. Mort was out of a chair and heading for the door. Don't wait, Julius. That place has been upgraded to sight was there. I heard they've got DNA-coded cannons. Root grabbed the dwarf with the scruff of his neck. 1. Don't call me Julius. And 2. You're acting as if you have a choice, convict. Mort glared at him. I do have a choice, Julius. I can just serve out my sentence in a nice little cell. Putting me in a line of fire is a violation of my civil rights. Root's facial tones alternated from passive pink to turning purple. Civil rights, he spluttered. You're talking to me about civil rights. Isn't that just typical? Then, strangely, he calmed down. In fact, he seemed almost happy. Those who were close to the commander knew that when he was happy, somebody else was about to be extremely sad. What? Asked Mort suspiciously. Root lit one of his noxious fungus cigar. Oh, nothing. Just that you're right, that's all. The door squinted. I'm right? You're saying, in front of witnesses, that I'm right. Certainly you are. Putting you in the line of fire would violate every right in the book. So instead of cutting you the fantastic tale I was about to offer, I'm going to add a couple of stages to your sentence and throw you in maximum security. Root paused, blowing a cloud of smoke on Moshe's face. In Howler's Peak. Moshe fell beneath the mud cake and shakes. Howler's Peak? But that's a goblin prison, said the commander. I know, but for an obvious escape risk such as yourself, I don't think I'd have any trouble convincing the board to make an exception. Moshe dropped into the padded garrow chair. This wasn't good. The last time he'd been in cell with goblins, it hadn't been any fun. And Dad had been in Police Plaza. He ruined lots of Wigan in the general population. So what was his deal? Adam smiled, fascinated. Commander Root was smarter than he looked. Then again, it would be almost impossible not to be. Oh, now you're interested? I might be. No promises. Okay, here it is. One-time offer. Don't even bother bargaining. You get us into Cobra Labs, and I give you a 2-day head start when this is over. Wolf swallowed. That was a good offer. They must be in a whole lot of trouble. Police Plaza, Haven City. Things were hanging up at Police Plaza. The monsters were at the door. Literally. Captain Kemp was running between stations, trying to reassure his men. Don't worry, people. They can't get through those doors with stuffed noses. Nothing less than some kind of missile. At the moment, a tremendous force broke at the main doors, like a child blowing up a paper bag. They held. Barely. Christian came rushing out the tactical room, his commander's acorns glittering on his breast. With this reinstatement by the council, he had made history by becoming the only commander in LAP to have been appointed twice. What was that? Trouble brought up a front view on the monitors. A clubman stood there with a large tube on his shoulder. Bazooka of some kind. I think it's one of the old fight-board soft-nosed cannons. Christian smoked his own forehead. Don't tell me. They were all supposed to have been destroyed. A curse on that centaur. How did you manage to sneak out that horror out from under my nose? Don't be too hard on yourself, said Trouble. He fooled all of us. How much more of that can we stand? Trouble shrugged. Not much. A couple more hits. Maybe they only had one missile. Famous last words. The doorway shook a second time. Large chunks of masonry tumbled from the marble pillars. Trouble picked himself off the ground, magic slipping a gash on his forehead. Paramedics, check for casualties. Have we got those weapons charged yet? Grub hobbled over, hampered by the weight of 2 electric rifles. Ready to go, Captain. 32 weapons. 20 pulses each. Okay. Batch marked fairs only. That one shot fire until I get the word. Grub nodded, his face grim and pale. Good, Corporal. Now move it out. When his brother was out of earshot, Trouble spoke quietly to Commander Kujian. I don't know what to tell you, Commander. They blew at the end of the tunnel, so there's no help coming from there. We can't get a pentagram around them to stop the Heim. We're completely surrounded, outnumbered and outgunned. If the bulk help breach the glass doors, it will be over in seconds. We have to get into that operations booth. Any progress? Kujian shook his head. The techers are working on it. We have sensors pointed every inch of the surface. If we hit on the access code, it will be blind luck. Trouble rubbed the tiredness from his eyes. I need time. There must be a way to stall them. Kujian drew a flashlight from inside his tunic. There is a way. Commander, you can't go out there. It's suicide. Perhaps, admitted the commander. But if I don't go, we could all be dead in a matter of minutes. At least this way, we'll have a few minutes to work on the operations booth. Trouble considered it. There was no other way. What have you got to bargain with? The president of Howler's Peak. Maybe we could negotiate some kind of control release. The council would never go for that. Kujian drew himself up to his full height. This is not time for politics, Captain. This is a time for action. Trouble was quite frankly amazed. This was not the same Brad Kujian he knew. Someone had given this very spine transplant. But now the newly appointed commander was going to earn that acorn class on his apple. Trouble felt an emotion well up in his chest. One that he'd never before associated with Brad Kujian. It was respect. Open the front door a crack, ordered the commander's stated tones. Folk would be just leaving this on camera. I'm going to talk to these reptiles. Trouble relayed the command. If they ever got out of this, he would see to it that Commander Kujian was awarded a posthumous golden acorn. At the very least. On tried to shoot, below Cobra Laboratories. The Atlantean shuttle sped down a fast chute, sticking tight to the walls, close enough to scrape paint from the hole. Artemis poked his head at the passenger bay. Is this really necessary, Captain? He asked, to see avoid death by an inch for the umpteenth time. Or is it just more flyboy grandstanding? Holly winked. Do I look like a flyboy to you, Val? Adams had to admit that she didn't. Captain Joe was extremely pretty in a dangerous sort of way. Black Widow pretty. I'm hugging the service to search for this alleged crack that motion is along here, Holly explained. Adams nodded. The dwarf's theory, just incredible enough to be true. He returned to the aft bay for Moshe's permission of a briefing. The dwarf had drawn a crude diagram on a black backlit wall panel. In fairness, they were more artistic chimpanzees, and less pregnant ones. Moshe was using a carrot as a pointer, or more accurately, several carrots. Dwarfs like carrots. This is cowboy labs. He mumbled around the mouth of his vegetable. That? Exclaimed Root. I realized, Julius, that is not an accurate schematic. The commander exploded from his chair. An accurate schematic? It's a rectangle, for heaven's sake. Woj was unperturbed. That's not a point. This is the point bit. That wobbly line is a fissure, pounded the dwarf. Anybody can see that. Anybody in kindergarten, maybe. So it's a fissure, so what? This is the clever bit. You see, the fissure's not usually there. Root began shining the air again. Something he was doing more and more lately, but Elvis was suddenly interested. When does the fissure appear? But Moshe wasn't just going to give us an answer. Us dwarfs, we know something about rocks. Been digging around them for ages. Root's fingers began beating a tattoo on his brother's baton. What first over is that rocks are alive. They breathe. Artemis nodded. Of course, heat expansion. Moshe bit the carrot triumphantly. Exactly. And of course the opposite too. They retract when they cool down. Even Rook was listening now. Cowboy labs are built on solid mantle. 2 miles of rock. No way in, short of sonic warheads. And I think Obo Kobe might notice them. And that helps us how? A crack opens up in that rock when it cools down. I worked on a foundation when they were building this place. Get you right in under the laps. Still a way to go, but at least you're in. The commander was skeptical. So how come Obo Kobe has noticed this gaping fissure? Oh, I wouldn't say it was gaping. How big? Moshe shrugged. Don't know. Maybe 5 yards. At its widest point. That's still a pretty big fissure to be sitting there all day. Only it's not there all day, interrupted Artemis. Is it, Moshe? All day? I wish. I say, I guess this is only an approximation. Root was losing his cool. Being one step behind all the time to agree with him. Tell me, convict, before I add another scorch rock to your behind. Moshe was injured. Stop shouting, Julius, you're curling my beard. Root opened the cooler, letting the icy tendrils curl over his face. Okay, Moshe. How long? 3 minutes, max. Last time I did with a set of wings, wearing a pressure suit. Nearly got crushed and fried. Fried? Let me guess, said Artemis. The fissure only opens when the rock has contracted sufficiently. If this fissure is on the chute wall, then the coolest time would be moments before the next flare. Smart. Moshe winked. Smart, mud boy. If the rocks don't get you, the magma will. Holly's voice cracked over the comm speakers. I've got a fissure on something. Could be a shadow, or it could be just a crack in the chute wall. Volch did a little dance, looking very pleased with himself. Now, Julius, you can say it. I was right again. You owe me, Julius. You owe me. The commander rubbed the bridge of his nose. If he made it through this alive, he was never leaving the station again. Cowboy Laboratories. Cowboy Labs were surrounded by a ring of boar-killed goblins. Armed to the teeth, tongues hanging out for blood. Cooching was hustled past roughly, prodded by a dozen barrels. The DNA cannons hung inoperative in the towers. For the moment. The second Kujian felt the boar kill had outlived their usefulness, then the guns would be reactivated. The commander was taken to the inner sanctum, and forced to his knees before opening the boar kill generals. Once the soldiers had been dismissed, Kuji was back on his feet and in command. Everything proceeds according to plan, he announced, crossing the stroke of his cheek. In an hour, Haven would be ours. General King was not convinced. It would be ours a lot faster if we had some cowboy blasters. Kuji sighed patiently. We've been through this, General. The disruption signal knocks out all neutrino weapons. If you get blasters, so will the LP. Skinny shoved in the corner, licking his eyeballs. Of course, that was not the only reason for denying the goblin's neutrino weapons. Kujian had no intention of arming a group he intended to betray. As soon as the boy killed at his disposal of the council, Opal would return power to the LEP. How are things proceeding? Opal was in her hoverboy, legs curled beneath her. Deliciously. The main doors fell moments after you left to negotiate. Kujian grinned. Good thing I left. I might have been injured. Captain Kelp has pulled his remaining force into the weapons room, ringing the operations booth. The council are in there too. Perfect, said Kujian. Another bulk-haired general, Spuda, banged the conference table. No, Kujian. Far from perfect. Our brothers are wasting away in Hell's Peak. Patience, generous Spuda, said Kujian soothingly, actually laying a hand on the goblin's shoulder. As soon as Police Plaza falls, we can open the cells in Hell's Peak without resistance. Internally, Kujian fumed. These idiot creatures. How he detested them. Clothed in robes fashioned from their own cast-off skin. Kujian longed to reactivate DNA cannons and stop their jamming for a few sweet hours. He caught Opal's eye. She knew what he was thinking. Her tiny teeth showed in anticipation. What a delightfully vicious creature! Which was, of course, what she had to be disposed of. Opal Corpe could never be happy as second in command. He winked at her. Soon, he mouthed silently. Soon.